What's going on, guys? Welcome to Love of the Game with Paul and Sujay. And today we're going to be talking about the blinder of a performance Gini Wijnaldum had for the Netherlands at the Euros. And it's a question I think like all Liverpool fans around the world have. Did Liverpool make a mistake by not signing his contract or extending his contract? Because he left on free to PSG. And Sujay, for the past year and a half, has been saying it's going to be a bad decision letting him go. And with his performance yesterday, I think a lot of fans are questioning where did it go wrong for Liverpool? Or is there something that we are not seeing as fans that they know something that we don't? Sujay, your thoughts?
Okay, so first and foremost, I think it's a huge mistake letting him go. I really want to understand the reasoning or the person who has actually taken this decision of letting Jimmy leave, that too on a free to PSG. When that's it's a simple thing, Paul. Okay, whenever we think about Liverpool midfield, right, with regards to any game for that matter, Jimmy is the first name that is almost. I mean, like
It's
99%
like
of
a
the time.
guarantee he's there on the team sheet.
Yes, he's there again. He's available. First and foremost, he's always available.
Hmm.
With Henderson, we have him with all the midfielders that we have got, right? He is one person who is ever present and he can play different roles in this team. He can play as a number six, he can play as a number eight, he can play as a 10 if at all asked to. That is what he does for Netherlands
Yeah.
sometimes. What I seriously don't seem to understand is some of the Liverpool fans who were so negative against him in all the social media platforms, especially on Twitter and other places, wherein a lot of people started celebrating. Okay, Gini Wijnaldum is not anymore. Okay, he only passes the ball sideways and he never puts in. I mean, like through ball. No, it is not. He has been asked to play a role, and he does that to that perfection.
Yeah.
He was always. Do you know how hard it was for any opponent player to get the ball out of his feet? We saw that famous tackle against Barcelona, right?
Absolutely.
See, it I think it is personal between someone in one of the contract manage. Sorry, this negotiations. It might have gone personal because between one of his agents and also Michael Edwards, or I don't know who has taken this decision of not renewing Jamie's contract, because there were a lot of rumors in the during the days when he had signed to Barcelona, but we have to wait for Jani to come out in the open and give a statement. He has told us that there have been some, I mean, misinformation floating around him, and the reason why he chose to leave Liverpool, and it was never about money actually for him. So yes, right now I'm very happy where he has landed up. PSG have got a very fantastic signing, and the money that they are paying him, it's worth it. It's worth every penny that they are paying him.
I think he deserves it, man. I think he was underpaid at Liverpool for the services that he was doing. Like, if you look
Yes,
at us winning the Champions League, it was at on the back of his two goals in the semi-final against Barcelona. And I know what you're saying. Like, there have been fans who've been celebrating, yeah, when Adam's leaving. But here's my counter: like, who's going to take his place? Who's going to replace his place? Like, yes, Milner is like a Swiss Army knife. He can play any position, but Milner, his fitness isn't what it used to be. Henderson, his injuries have been piling up over the past couple of years. He's been missing games. Fabinho, again, he has a track record of getting injured, but when he's on form, he's there. Gini's been a constant since he's been in the team. He's been a constant, and after his semi-final and in the Champions League, after the final, he did come out and saying he wanted to stay. And then when Liverpool won the Premier League the year before, he again was adamant saying that yes, Liverpool is where I want to end my career because my family likes it here. He had settled because he was in Newcastle, then he came to Liverpool. It was so easy for his daughters with the school and his family getting involved, it was easy for him to settle in Liverpool as a club. And he liked the ethos. Everyone liked his thing. But where do you think it went wrong? Was it like you mentioned? Could it be Michael Edwards? Could it have been the owners thinking he's getting old, we can't pay him, or we have someone coming? Is there anyone who can actually come and replace him? Uh, like Keita has been a flop. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put my hand up and say Naby Keita has been a flop. 55 million flop. Yeah.
See, it would be a bit harsh to say that he has been a flop because, yeah, he has been extremely unlucky with regards to injuries. This was one of the reasons that was started with when we were pursuing Naby Keita. It was a very long drawn transfer window, I think. I mean, the one of the reasons that was given was Naby Keita is injury free, and he's a person who can connect our defense with the attack. So
But
yeah,
that's the same
he
thing that Wijnaldum's known for, yeah.
does the same thing for Netherlands. But in during that, I mean, 2017 and 2018, Gini, I think it was since 2017 and the frag end of 2018 onwards, Gini started moving towards the number 6 position a lot more. And Milner, it was apparent that Milner, I think is 34, 35 right now. Milner has lost his legs. We needed one person, a creative influence to. I think that is why the reason why Thiago was brought into this team. He was a superstar signing for us Liverpool. Towards the frag end of the year, Thiago has actually found his form. I mean, like the last month or two, his combination with Fabinho and Thiago, it was just magical for Liverpool. I think that coincided very well with the reason why Liverpool won so many games. The see the when I start to thinking, I don't know what to expect with Liverpool's transfers anymore. With apparently how bad they have been the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, signing players you have been very very bad with. I mean, it is not with the people that who have come. It is blatant disregard to the positions that you should have been filling up with.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I will not get to the point of not signing anyone, any centre backs, even after letting Lovren go. And even in the month of January, you did something just because the fans were up against on the streets of Liverpool. See, that is not a way. See, this is I don't know whether whose job it is. Owners, if at all they are giving you the reason that this is the pandemic, this, that, and everything, then it is Michael Edwards' job to convince them. No, we were at the almost we lost the Champions League football this year. We almost lost Champions League football. What I mean, what logic? I mean, we had won the league, and in the month of December, we were so comfortably placed at the top. Who the hell doesn't support your manager once again? Wherein Liverpool has got a track record of not winning. Losing track since the post month of January.
Yeah, in December they have the December blues. But here's the thing: like Wijnaldum was also instrumental in helping Liverpool like finish where they finished. And
yes.
For a player of his stature, being a captain of, I think he's the Netherlands captain or he's a vice captain when
He's a vice captain.
when
He's a vice captain.
Van
He is
Dijk's
the
not
captain.
there, when Van Dijk's not there, and having a guy of his stature in the position he plays, and he's given a lot to the team. He's done everything that Liverpool had asked for. Isn't that something that you should value? Because in any company, if you have loyalty and if you have a person who's ready to do whatever you ask at any given moment without asking any questions, without complaining, because he's come on as an impact sub. He could have gone anywhere, but he chose Liverpool after his Newcastle playing days because he was one of the best guys at Newcastle. He chose Liverpool because of the ethos that Liverpool had. It's the club before anything else. It's the fans who make the club, and you don't get any better fans than Liverpool fans. Everyone has their opinion, but here's the thing: did Liverpool get it wrong in letting him go? And with the things that you're saying, you think it's something deeper, that whoever's in the role of, say, with the transfers or with the financials, have got it wrong. What do you think about that? Is that a fair assumption?
No, even the thing it boggles me right now, boggles. The thing is, when you have to replace Genie Wijnaldum right now, you have to pay a transfer fee. You have to pay, like a salary and everything.
Are they
It is
thinking
not.
there's someone inside that they can replace him with internally? Is there someone that they've got lined up? What's the thing?
Internally, the rumor last year it was once Adam Lallana left, Clive Jones was supposed to be the
Curtis
replacement.
Jones.
Curtis Jones, sorry, Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones was the guy who was supposed to take over Lallana's role. And this season, once again, it is the same Curtis Jones who has been branded around. See, the thing is that Curtis Jones is a very, very important player for us. He has got the talent. He has got the right mental temperament to actually be a mainstay of this Liverpool Football Club. But we have to understand the guy is he's very young. There is a very good chance of a actual burning out this talent once again. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the main player. He has to be someone who who has to get some playing time under his belt once again. He
And
needs
that
to
would have
play
been
some.
good if Genie was there. He could have guided him, right?
Yes, exactly. That is the next question. It is not just losing Genie as a player, it is losing Genie as a midfield general. You're
Yeah.
losing a captain figure. He could have played the role Miller has been playing for the past 3-4 years with us. Miller is on the last legs right now. He could have been someone who would have been supporting Henderson. It boggles me. I don't know. It is not even Genie has shown some kind of unless and until someone in the medical team knows they're aware of a very huge secret that Genie is going to physically deteriorate a lot over the next course of just within a year or two or something like that.
Yeah.
This transfer doesn't make any season at all unless and until it is personal with someone who is really pissed off with one of his agents or with Genie. It's and also you are getting onto the right track wherein he's such a nice fellow, he's such a nice performer, he's been such a proper professional. It's he should be getting a legends exit, even if at all okay, if at all he's decided to move on, okay, let him, but he should get a legends exit. But the way wherein the entire transfer saga unfolded,
Yeah, it dragged on, man. It dragged on. Like this entire, it just kept dragging on because I think in the month of December there were talks that they're going to extend his stay. They're going to give him a new contract, but then at the end of it, it was like no. And then the statement came out that he's going to be leaving at the end of the season, and that was it. It just feels it's hard done by, and with the way he's been performing with Netherlands, I can see he's got another 2-3 more years that he's going to give quality to PSG. And maybe with Pochettino and how the team's built, he could be like a difference maker for them with the
just hope it
Champions
doesn't
League.
turn out to be a Luis Suarez saga of Barcelona to Atletico Madrid. I
It
just
could be,
don't
man.
want.
It could be, and that's what I wanted to get to you on as like to conclude. Could Genie going across be the difference maker that they win the Champions League? Because he's won it. He
It might
has
be.
it. He has
It
the
might
thing
be.
of winning it. So could he be? Because I know we said if Kane comes across, he could be the difference maker. But could Genie be the difference maker? Because in that engine room of the talent that is PSG, with Pochettino also being like a creative midfielder who from creative midfield then he took on a more of a deep lying and he played. Could Genie with Poch create magic in Paris?
They definitely can. They definitely can. They have, last 2 years, they have come so close. They have come so close. Finals last year, this time semi-finals. If a team is knocking on the door, right? If they are reaching the final stages of a competition so regularly, it's just a simple minor tweak. Generally, that is what it requires for them to finally go and win the thing completely. And I think Genie might be the person, and I will not be surprised at all if at all PSG ultimately end up winning the Champions League this time.
Okay, there you have it, folks. I think that sums it up. Like being Liverpool fans, I think all over the world, watching how Genie's performing for Netherlands, it begs to differ what were Liverpool thinking, what was the thinking behind letting him go. We wish him all the best at PSG, and hopefully, and maybe when all this is said and done, we'll actually get a clear idea of what happened and why he left. But until then, it is a regret and with a sad heart that we see him go. Thank you for all your years of service. I think there's a lot of guys a lot of different channels who've given their thanks, but based on his performance, I don't think he should have left. And same going with Sujay, what he said, we don't think he should have left. Anyways, guys, this is Love the Game. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We've got more videos lined up. If you haven't already seen some of our videos, it's going to be linked up here. You can have a look for yourself what we're all about. Take care, guys.